Hey, what up, Twitch TV? It's Nelly here with some Canadian Highlander content. We're gonna play a match with Max Mono-Red Goblins from late October. Uh, this list didn't include Foundations cards, although I didn't grab the 3-mana Lord. I just replaced this Ardos here, first card in the list, because I couldn't get one on MTGO with Sear Slicer. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit less powerful. Like possibly we could have one more Lord for 3 mana. I'm not sure exactly who to cut, but yeah, let's get into it. Let's play some goblins. Our opponent is Dula on MTGO. This is a Discord async match, and sure, you know what? We've got spells. Those are spells right there. We're gonna cast them. Nelson is not extremely confident with goblins. But that's okay. I'm going to do my best to keep the faith here. Skirk Prospector, probably the... no, why is it not... Why couldn't I attack? Okay, great. I really appreciate that my Mog Fanatic isn't dead. So, like, I went through that first combat step of the day for Nelly, believing that I was at risk, and I was, of sacrificing instead of attacking. But I also didn't get I didn't see the bar to be like, you can attack now. So I don't know what happened there. This price might just be good enough. Okay, the bar is definitely there this time. I clicked the friend. It was probably there, you know? I'm old. I make mistakes. Sometimes I forget things. Anyways, this deck has a long pedigree. Yeah, I didn't do the GLHF here. Of showing up. I don't know if there's like a... There might not be any other Goblin player besides Tim McInnes who has put as many reps in on this format and with this deck, you know? Who's going to jail? Probably Prospector? That makes sense. Was I supposed to just make Goblin Ringleader last turn? No, I don't quite have enough. Right. I didn't want to just play this so that I could also price. I don't think we've made any harsh punts yet. Would we rather have Prospector in the graveyard for this list? I don't think so. I think we just want to let it go to jail. Directly to jail. So it looks like our opponent is Jacob. That is lands and Enchantress. I'm going to be tempted to throw out the price here because next turn I'll get to spend all my mana, and if things go well, the following turn I'll also get to spend all of my mana. But I'm going to resist that urge. I think price is just possibly going to be... Like, the opponent might accelerate a bunch more lands out and only has a finite number of basic lands in their deck. I'm guessing. I actually haven't looked at Dula's list. I don't know. But from Rogran, Triumph, Krakus, and Enchantress, I'm going to make some assumptions. And that's that there are, like, 4 basic lands in the entire deck. Invocation for Static Prison to deal with... Probably Loyalist now. Yeah, go for it. Great. Attack for 0? You want your Enchantress to be tapped? Won't ask you to block if it's tapped. So there's that. Okay. Just squee. Fair enough. Deck not treating me super well. It's possible this was absolutely a mulligan. Like, we had Price, we had Fanatical Firebrand, we had Pile Driver, and then we had 4 lands. Yeah, it could have been mulligan. I'm not saying it definitely was. I don't know that I've made that mistake yet, but it's possible. We're Worldly Tutoring and Upkeep in response to 1 Static Prism trigger. Oh right, invocation can just keep turning into a static prison to refresh the energy, right? It's cool. It's a good synergy there. ETB, get some energy. Yeah. Now we're just paying for these prisons every turn, and we're upgrading whatever goes under it. So that's fantastic. Okay, this VCAT. Oh, another basic forest. Very clever. Alright. Relevant blocker, Devoted Druid. Who's becoming a car? Devoted Druid is becoming a car. We have infinite red mana, or infinite green mana. Alright, we don't even need lands anymore. Yeah. I just want to push 6 here. I'm going to grab some more coffee. Am I dead yet? They cast an Enchantress's Presence and a Fast Bond. And a Sithis. And a Miri's Guile. So no, is where we're going with this. Hey, time of filming. The One Ring was just banned in Modern, along with Splinter Twin and Mox Opal and GSZ all getting unbanned. So there's some other things there, but those are the ones that I remembered. Gigantha got banned as well, but that seems less of like an anyone cares kind of result. Alright, so we just cantrip until we hit Ballista here, right? Is that what happens? Hilariously, like, if my Skirk Prospector weren't locked in prison, like, I would still actually be alive. Like, I would want to hit 5 here, stop passing priority constantly, and hope that they get to, you know, number of lands equals greater than life total divided by 2, which we're almost at. They're losing life to play extra lands to make more mana with Fast Bond, and they have 5 non-basics in play now. So, like, you know, I don't have guide for price, but I do have price, and I did have the Goblin that can turn the Goblins into mana. This deck doesn't usually kill the opponent's creatures, just makes them not able to deal combat damage. And also, like, depending on what they're on, they might not be ballistaing me out. They might be, like, eventually planning to pass priority and then, like, hit me with a 20/20. That was usually how Jacob would win. Oh, this thing. Cool. Okay, so they're actually going to hit me with a creature with haste now. Nice. Okay, good game. With only 5 non-basics, they still actually played around price, even though, you know, I don't have the mana to cast it. So yeah, well played, Dula. Good job. Here's the deck list. Bam. So yeah, as I said earlier at the beginning of the video, there's a new 3 mana. The Goblins get +1/+1 Lord. I'm not including it. It is 3 mana, but it also can jump them till end of turn. So probably we're supposed to be trying it out. I don't know if it's better than Monstrous Rage or better than Unlicensed Hearse, you know, that kind of thing. I'm trying out Seer Slicer Goblin instead of the Jumpstart 2022 2 mana 1/1. Yeah. Other than that, a couple key burn spells, all the Goblin friends. If we're unlucky, I'll have to make a recruiter pile in a second here. I don't really know how to do that. This is about the extent of my like career with Goblins. This isn't the first time I've ever played this deck, but I have played this deck a couple times and a couple times walked away feeling like Man, this is a lot of work to have not much more of a win record than I could get with mono red aggro, like a regular red deck. Okay, so I can Moria Marauder, or I could Reckless Bushwhacker. The Bushwhacker is kind of exciting in this hand because there's a ringleader, but I think it's the Bushwhacker that's getting under the Chrome Mox. Because hitting them for 2 once seems way worse than hitting them for 2 every time. Please let me know in the comments if you would have mulliganed that first hand or done this turn differently. Super curious. Okay. I like that Destiny Spinner as a win con. It's also because it also plays Roadblock, right? Like it's like, oh, I shouldn't have played that mountain. That was a punt. Because this lets you play lands, right? Yeah. Whoops. Okay, do we want Snoop over Krenko? Sure, let's play Snoop. Let's get value out of our Moria Marauder. Although we're turning down Krenko by a turn, so I don't know. Maybe it's actually worse. This thing is, the Snoop with the Moria Marauder is also nice. This mountain could have been in my hand. Feels so bad. Okay, if we don't get Pyroclasm, we're getting like 3 of these triggers next turn, right? Maybe more. We could pre-combat Ringleader, and then exile like 4 of our cards. I say conspicuous, but it's actually conspicuous, isn't it? What weird local word do you pronounce wrong? And by local, I don't mean the word is local. I mean, like, which word is, like, you know, a word that you pronounce wrong that's from your town. Okay, well, we've got to hit him. We're not going to Ringleader pre-combat because we already have Moria Marauder doing our Ringleader job. Also, I might just throw price for 4 down. Is that awful? I don't have the Goblin player in mind. Oh, thank Christ. Moria Marauder is getting Leyline Binding. Can stop trying to figure stuff out. Play it. Just play a post-combat 2/2 haste like I'm supposed to. Okay. This deck. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just Krenko. I wonder if Casting the Fire gets any value in this matchup. The points on Enchantress lands... Well, there's usually like a Mox in there, right? Or Soul Ring? Do they just play blue tutors or black tutors? I'm trying to think. I feel like Demonic Tutor's around. But they're not just on like Demonic Tutor Ancestral. They have to play Crop Rotation. Oh, Beanstalk. Crop Rotation's free again, though, now, right? Okay, they have 7 cards in hand, but only 2 lands, so things are going pretty good. I can't play this. I can only cares if it's Goblins. Okay, yeah, let's just hit him with this Ringleader. Hope to kill them next turn. If they combo off, they combo off. Wow. Okay. Cool. I'm good at Magic the Gathering. It's a game. And I'm particularly proficient at it. Sorry. Not everyone can be this good. There's a 6th mountain. Or no, 5th. It's 5th. Sorry, right. This didn't put anything away. I just got to look at that with 2 different cards. The top one. So there were five mountains in a row. That's how we like to do it around here. Honestly, Ringleader clearing away all those mountains kind of cash. I still probably have a much better chance of winning this game now that there aren't 5 mountains on top of my library. If there aren't still 5 mountains on top of my library. If there are still 5 mountains on top of my library, wow. Bus me. Well, the good news is Dula seems to be having an even worse game than we are. Unless this is balance? What are you doing? If you balance, I'm amped. Okay. Can you give this haste somehow? No? This only dealing 4. It's kind of honks, but whatever. Cast in the fire is going to kill a creature. Can I just cast that? No. Yes, I can. It's probably lethal. Yeah. Cool. Alright, yeah, they stumbled, obviously. Probably kept a totally reasonable 2-card hand with beans and a removal spell, and then hit none lands. So. Okay. Game 1. Probably I should have mulliganed. I'm not sure what else I did wrong. Game 2, obviously, I couldn't lose even if my deck did try to stumble, which it did. What a weird hand. The Arena of Glory not being a basic mountain with the Crypt for turn 1 Rabblemaster not coming down. Super interesting hand. Ember Hauler is blank. And, like, we are on the draw. We could peel a mountain, and then it's just absolutely gas, right? But still turn 2ing a Rabblemaster might be good enough. Like, we get to follow it up with, I don't know, Raider with Rabblemaster. A Lackey is also kind of blank, but I'm just looking at these 5 cards, and I think it's a 5-card keep, so let's keep it. Yeah, that's really good. I'm not going to interact. You have ramped. Mountain? Close enough. Actually, the Arena of Glory with the Goblin Lackey might matter. Like, it could happen that we cheat some mana. Oh, okay. Regular spring. Making 2 bugs is pretty annoying, TBH. I guess just play Mog Raider pre-combat is fine. Like, because say we just Chain Lightning Springheart Nantuko. It's actually not that good. They still just have 2 bugs, and we just attack with 2 1/1s. We don't attack with Rabblemaster into 2 bugs, so it slows us down a fair bit. But if we play Mog Raider, we can sacrifice either of the tokens to keep the Rabblemaster alive. Heads. Great. I would like to take damage, please. That's pretty funny. Okay, we're not drawing any other cards this turn, so we can comfortably play this land, although I think we should do it after combat, because it's tapped. And then we have we have Rabblemaster's casting cost, which only gives us 1 red pip this turn, so we have 3 options to choose from. And yeah, Mog Raider allows us to attack with Rabblemaster, while at the same time developing our board for next turn, so I think it's the best one. The other thing we can do is just send the 2 Rabblemaster tokens in to their fate and play Lackey for next turn. It just seems way less exciting than like arenaing out Warrington Skater or this plus something. Alright. Raider does have to attack in this scenario, I just remembered. Oh, but it doesn't have haste, so we're good. Never mind. Doesn't have to attack. Cancel the attack. Yeah. We're attacking with Realmmaster here. Okay. Yeah. Right. Surveil it up. It's wild how good this card is in every situation. Except the one where you don't have a land to play. I guess it really is just a 2-mana 1/1 if there's like no lands in your hand or deck. But I just invented that scenario, and no one really believes that could ever happen. Okay. Do we have another fetch land? Ossification. Yeah, do I need it in my graveyard? I don't think so. I think my stuff is better in exile. It is too bad though. It's not a fetch land. Okay. Yeah, see, Cast in the Fire has some hits. We're like so crushed right now though. Man. 2 cards in hand? Am I going to want Chain Lightning for either of them? What if I'm like Arena of Glory, Exert for Goblin Lackey, Chain Lightning your Nantuko, and then Mog Raider and Goblin Token both attack? They have 2 mana up. Could have some cool trick. Yeah, no, let's just Arena of Glory out the Instigator. It's fine. I think it's a little better than casting 2 goblins. And then a Mog Raider doesn't attack. I don't want to Chain Lightning this Nantuko. Mostly because I Chain Lightning the Nantuko and swing with the Lackey. Like, they still just make that block on Lackey. I have to sacrifice this token. And, like, I still don't even get in. I don't want to spend this Chain Lightning unless I'm, like, succeeding at doing something with it. That's where my head's at. Okay, that's bad for us. There I was, so excited my opponent only had 2 cards. Okay, great. That's mega bad for us. Now we can Chain Lightning the Nantuko. Not only because there isn't another creature, but because they played a fast bond. Okay, never mind. We don't have to Chain Lightning. We can just use Basilisk Bones. This is great. Okay, I was pretty confident that was going to work. But I'm also pretty worried now that I'm going to die. Yeah, I guess I have to put this thing down. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried, but I'm not going to do anything about it. It's just gonna die if my opponent has Wrath of God here or whatever. Like, and they likely do. It's like one of the tools of this deck uses. So it's got mana ramp into sweepers, which is sort of how you need to do it these days. In the days of Ancient Tomb mana. So they likely dig here for. They could combo win, or they could dig for the land that makes me pay for all my creatures, which I can kind of almost do, and at least I have Mog Raider to do something with them. Yeah. Also, it's not nothing if they do get killed off. Like, we have 5 damage. Yeah, okay, Moat. Yeah. Never mind. Okay, so now we're in a grind. The opponent has ways to gain infinite life. Likely. There's only one card I can think of that has flying, and we didn't include it. Oh yeah, we're just gonna die to our own crit before anything else happens. That's fine. We should draw that card. Probably. Yeah. have 3 mana, so we can't Patchwork Mons this turn. So, should we play Lackey? Like, and Chain Lightning them? Since we're not doing anything else with the mana? Yeah, I want to Chain Lightning them now. I think it's... Well, they have Enchantress's Presence. Should I wait and maybe do the second Enchantress? Like, they might play, like, a regular Vendor Enchantress that doesn't have Shroud. It's possible. I guess I'll still have this. Yeah, no, maybe I should wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Let's just do it. Stop thinking about it. Also, they can probably make 2 red pretty easily here. It's a little scary. Wait. One short, eh? That's wild. Wait, does this deal 1? Yeah, it totally does. Patchwork Mons, you beautiful bastard. Let's make sure I did this math right. I can't sacrifice Mogrator to itself while Patchwork Mons is gone, but I can sacrifice Patchwork Mons. Close one. Okay. Yeah, we might get a rematch in with Dula eventually. Thanks so much for watching today. Close one between the 5-color Enchantress lands combo stack. What did Wheeler used to call it? It's sort of in the lines of a garbage platter deck, right? The let's play a bunch of powerful cards that synergize when you have lots of lands and lots of enchantments, but essentially Enchantress combo control versus Goblins. Okay, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great time, and let me know in the comments what you think about the modern unbans. All right, see ya.